Hi, and welcome to the second of Stretch with Tim Claydon videos. This is unassisted again, not using any of the foam roller. That's in the videos that are to come later. Now we're going to be working on the lower body. Obviously, if you've been for a big long run, something like that, that would be fantastic. If you've been squatting, all of those things. If you've done a full body workout, you can do both of these workouts, the previous one about the upper body and then the lower body one together. It will give you about an hour stretch session, which sounds like a lot of time. But if you've been working really intensively, stretching for an hour is time really well spent, and you'll feel the benefits of it the next time that you train. Believe me, you'll feel much stronger, long, lean muscles, don't forget that. So we'll start off with a hip flexor stretch. So find yourself in a kneeling position. If this is tough on the knees, kneel on a cushion, something like that, that would probably be quite good for you. Make a nice right angle shape, front leg and back leg. If you find this balance is difficult, you could use a chair or some blocks or a foam roller. If you find this balance difficult. So we're going to be stretching with our right leg forwards. We'll be stretching our left hip flexor. So tilt your pelvis underneath. You'll feel that engage this muscle here. So we're not taking a big lunge just yet. So engage the hip flexor and transfer the weight forwards, engaging into that muscle there. It's a small amount of movement. We're not stretching into our quads yet or into the hamstrings of the front leg, purely into this hip flexor. Just by transferring our weight. All of these stretches are just about moving your body weight to engage the muscle. And breathing. Hands on your butt. You want to add a little bit of extra push by pushing that underneath, tucking under here. And keep breathing. We'll take that stretch slightly deeper by taking the front leg away. Deep breath in and take that into a lunge. Now we're engaging this hip flexor and your left quad and your right hamstring. A nice big lunge here. Everything else, as always, is loose, not getting involved. Really focusing on the muscles that you're stretching. Increasing the stretch on the out breath. Now we're going to move that stretch into the right hamstring by transferring our weight backwards to our left heel. We're going to straighten the front leg, flex the front foot, and take your hands down to the floor and reach over. Feel that engaging right way down the back of the ear. Keeping the neck nice and loose. If you want to take this stretch right the way back to here, like a hurdler, you can take that stretch right the way over. If you can do that, that then engages a little bit more in the lower back. This is also good up here though. So work within your own facility. Breathing deep. Feel those muscle fibers that are pumped after your workout really elongating with each out breath. Now we're going to move on to our right Achilles heel and calf. So we're going to put right foot down flat on the floor. Transfer your body weight right over, so your chest is on this knee. Take the right heel off the floor, bring the left knee in, and you're just going to put your body weight onto this front leg. You need to make sure that this heel stays off the ground, because as I put my body weight in, you'll feel that stretch going into the Achilles of your right foot. Take your weight right over. Really be heavy. Use your body weight to stretch. Gets deep right down into the heel of the right foot. to make sure that that right heel is off the floor. can increase that stretch and also take it into basically the muscles at the backs of the toes by transferring the weight even further forwards, a little bit like we did when we did our hands. By doing that stretch, you're going to do the same but with your toes here. So we take it right over. We tend to forget about stretching our feet. They work so hard for us. We never really look after them. Oh, very good. So then we do that whole sequence on the other side. So we're going to stretch our right hip flexor, left foot front, nice right out, nice right angle. We're going to tilt our pelvis underneath, loose everywhere else, engage this hip flexor and transfer the whole body towards the front leg. And there we go. There I can feel it engaged now. So I'm tucking this pelvis right underneath. Don't forget, you can use some support if you find this tough to balance. Cushion under your knee if you need it. And breathe. Engage it a little more. Then we take a bigger lunge. Step out with the left leg. And there we go. Now we're in here, hamstring of the left, quad of the right. Really keep everything else relaxed. Now we're going to take a deep breath in. And breathe out, transfer the weight forward, straightening the left leg, flexing the left foot, transferring your butt back to your right heel. Take your hands down. Breathe. Stay upright if you want. Take it right back if you need to. Get into that hurdler shape. Take the head down. Work within your own limitations, we all have them. And then place the sole of the left foot on the floor, transfer the body weight forwards. We're going to move into the Achilles and the calf of the left foot. Body weight over that leg, chest onto the left knee, weight right deep onto there, and put our weight in. And then we stretch over, toes, backs of the toes there. Nice deep stretch. And whilst we're here, we can do a stretch for the front of the feet. We kneel down. If you can turn your toes underneath, you could do this on the cushion if you want. We're just going to push back onto the feet. Just take your knees off the floor. You'll feel that stretch right into the fronts of the feet there. You can do this for longer. We always forget that part of the ankle. Very good. Okay, now we're going to work on stretching the ITB band, which runs down the outside of the leg. Runners suffer from tightness in here, can cause a lot of knee injury if we don't stretch it properly. So the way around this is, we sit flat onto the floor. Best way of demonstrating this is this way on, I think. So with our left leg, we're going to stretch our right, with our left hand, we're going to stretch our right leg, sorry. Put your palm onto the sole of your foot. Take a nice grip there. And then if you can, you're going to straighten the right leg. Get it as straight as you can. What you want to do is to get this twist in the foot here, in the ankle. If you can take your right shoulder back, so we get this two-way stretch. You can play with it, pull it slightly further across the body. You'll feel this band, which goes right the way down the side of the leg, really engage as you cross it over your body. You can take your weight backwards, just play with it, make it fluid, this stretch. You can increase how deep the stretch is by taking your weight back. If you're unable to straighten your front leg here, keep it bent. Still engages, so don't worry about that. Very good. Take that off. Do the other leg. I'll secure it this way. So we're going to use our right arm onto our left leg, palm to the sole of the foot, and we straighten up. Weight across. Rotate the shoulders if you can. Having this spiral of you spiraling in this direction as the leg goes in this way increases that stretch. You'll find that I find that my left one is much tighter than my right. I'm not sure why that is. I have a stronger right leg. I'm not quite sure, but you'll find that there probably is a difference between the two. We're going to do 2 stretches for our glutes. Biggest muscle in the body, so it needs some attention. We obviously use it when we're training, when we're not training, walking, standing. So we lie onto our backs. You're going to put your right leg over the top, so your ankle is by your left knee. You're going to stretch your right glute here. So push the right knee away from you. So you're making like a number 4 shape with your legs here. You're going to reach your hand through the space, right hand through the space, meeting your left hand behind your left quad. And just take your shoulders back and your head back. Pull the knee towards you. At the same time, pushing your right knee away from you. You'll feel that engage into this quad. If you find that's too tight, just make this shape and just push very gently this, knowing your limitations, don't force it. Push that leg away. Whatever works for you. So that's good. If you need more, take it that way. And those of you that are a little bit more flexible, you can increase that even more by, if you find a wall, a flat surface, if you take your butt to the floor, here, right in the junction, put your legs up. If you take your right ankle below your knee here, pushing that knee away. If you bend this leg so that your lower back comes off the floor, so we're in that shape, and then just let the weight of your pelvis go to the ground, pushing this knee back. That really, really hits that glute. One of those really good pains. Very, very deep stretch there. So any of those varieties really, if you have good flexibility, this is a good stretch. If you're sort of in the middle, you can do this one. And if you're really tight there, just on your back, just pushing the leg away. So, very good. I'll turn the other way around. So here we go. Start off with this one. We're just here. Push gently the left knee away. If that's enough for you, you just stay doing this stage. You feel the glute, it's stretching. As it's twisting, it's stretching itself away. You need a little more, take the left hand, go through the space, find the right hand on the outside, Just so you lower the shoulders down, gently pulling the right knee towards you. Making sure that this shape isn't happening nice and low, flat to the floor. And if we're looking for a little more, find yourself a wall. First leg's up it. Left ankle below the right knee. Bend the right knee so the pelvis comes off. Left hand here. And just drop the pelvis. Find that deep twist in the glute. And breathe. Very important to not hold this even though it's a bit sore. Breathe through it, relax as much as you can. It's doing you good. You need to just keep remembering that, repeating that in your head. It's worth it, it's worth it. Okay, very good. Now we're just going to work into the hamstrings. We'll do this in a standing position. So, you can find yourself on straight legs, just hanging yourself over. Find yourself on straight legs as much as you can. Just using your own body weight again. It's all about relaxing over. So take a deep breath in and breathe out. If this is enough for you, stay. Stay as much as you can on straight legs. If you can go all the way down to the ground, that's great. Relax the back of the neck. In this shape. Just try and stay floppy. If you're here, you can also make this shake. Let's do as much as you can. Important thing in this stretch is to think about our feet again. You don't want to be pronating the ankles by having them rolling in or anating them here. Think about the big toe pressing into the floor. Engage your toes so that my arches are lifted. It's very, very important that my stretch isn't sagging into the ground. I want to be having a good, strong anchor point over which I then stretch my hamstrings. Really thinking about that. In all your exercises, whatever training you're doing, don't forget about the anchor point of the feet. Over here, we're just going to bend our left knee. Then you're going to change, then the right knee. You can cross your arms if you want, slightly increases the stretch. Rolling the back of the neck. And then the left. Then the left knee, and you can just take your weight around to the left. So you're walking around to the left with the left knee bent. And then you're going to change legs, straighten the left, bend the right, and just take the weight around. If you're here, do the same thing. It all works. And we'll do that one more time. Changing legs, around we go. Don't forget the back of our neck is always nice and loose. And around we go. We'll be down here. And just bend the knees and slowly roll up through the spine. Then back down again. We're going to go back down to the floor. Get yourself down onto the ground. Well done. Now we're going to do a stretch again for the quads and a little bit of the knee stretching here, just to loosen everything up in here, especially if you've been compacting, if you've been jogging, knee can feel quite compacted. So you're going to make a right angle shape on the ground. So you want this leg away and this leg here. So my right leg is high, I'm sitting on my left hip, my left hand is behind me, my right hand is on my right knee. It's a little bit, you'll feel like a little bit like you're trying to knit yourself. Don't worry about it. It's a tricky one to get into. So the back of my left leg is on the ground, my right knee is ahead of me, my left knee is to the side. You found that shape? Then you're going to take your weight back onto your left shoulder, and your left hand is going to go behind you. Here he is, left hand behind me here. Now my left hand is going to reach for my right foot, so I'm going to bend my right foot. I can give my right foot to my left hand this way with this hand. And now we're tight. Yeah, once again. So I've leaned backwards onto my left shoulder. Left shoulder goes to the floor. My left hand is behind my back. My right foot is reaching for my left hand. There we are. Now what we're wanting to do is keep our hips stacked on top of each other. And I'm just going to lower my right knee to the floor. I'm holding my head up here so that I can talk to you, but you should be nice and relaxed down onto the ground here. I can take my quad behind me. That puts it into my quad. Keep this fluid again. Nice gentle circle with the knee, forwards and backwards. You'll feel it. Down to the ground. And up, nice and loose in that quad. Keep behind you. And forwards. And drop the knee to the ground. And up. And take the weight behind. That's great. Just let go of the foot. And sit up. We take it to the other side. Literally just swap the legs over. So we were this way, just swap them over, exchange them that way. So my right hand is behind me. I'm sitting on my right hip, making a right angle with my legs. I'm going to lean. Right shoulder goes down to the ground. My right hand is behind me. My left foot is coming up. We engage. We pull the left heel to the left hip, and the left knee reaches down to the floor. And we lift up, and we stretch it backwards, and bring it up, and just gentle circle around, nice and loose in the back of the neck. Keep breathing. You'll get the hang of this after a couple of times. It's a bit of a complicated stretch, I admit, but it's worth pursuing. It's right deep into your quad and into the knee here. Circle the leg. Right, just go. And there we are. One final stretch for us. We're going to stretch our groin. So, whatever capacity you have for making this what a dancer would call second position, if you're here and that's all you've got, that's completely fine. What you need to make sure of is that we're not in this shape. So if I had to put my legs here in order to be able to get my back straight, then this is how I stretch. This isn't really going to get us anywhere. So get my legs further together so that I can get my back straight. This is what I'm looking for, is this shape. If you have the capacity to have your legs really wide and have this straight back, then that's good for you. If this is all you've got, then this is what we need to work with. So it's all about getting out of the floor. So wherever you are, we make a nice strong shape. We breathe. And you're just going to have your fingertips in front of you, just in between your knees. And you're going to walk your fingertips forwards. Keeping my back nice and straight. I might be here. My back is straight. I'm just walking my legs forwards. Try and get my feet as far apart as I can. just reaching your legs forwards. If you can drop your elbows to the ground, we make this shape. Keep breathing. Important for our knees to always be facing the ceiling. We don't want everything to be rolling forwards. Then we're not going to be stretching the groin. If you can do it with your flexed feet, that would be great. We're going to take our attention towards our left leg. We're going to bow to it. We're going to be thinking of our head going to our ankle, not to our quad. It's not that stretch. We're going over here. Reach over. I want to keep this hip back. I don't want to be rolling this in. Keeping this toe, this knee, pointing at the ceiling as I'm reaching in this direction. Then we come up, and we turn, and we go over. On an out breath. That's great. Nice and long in the back. We come center, deep breath in, and over we go again. A little further if we can. Keep breathing. And we come up. Now we're going to try and take our shoulder. First time we took our head over, now we're going to take our shoulder over. You can take the top arm with you if you can. I think of walking my left fingers towards my right foot. There we stretch. You'll feel this stretch all down this side of the body as well. And then we tilt and we rock over to this side. So my right fingertips walk towards my left knee as my left hand goes over the top towards my right foot. And there we go. And we come upright. And one final time we go forwards. And we come up. And breathe. And there we have it. That's the stretch of the unassisted stretch for the lower body. The next video that I'll make will be using our good friend, the foam roller. On the upper body, mainly using, again, our body weight. Gravity is a big friend of stretching. Breathing and gravity, using the length of the muscle, the fact that your body is already warm because you're doing this after a workout. Breathing, stretching the muscles. Again, always remember, big drinks of water. This is 30 minutes of stretching. You need to get all of those toxins out of your system. And I hope that you feel good. I hope that you feel ready to train tomorrow after this stretch. And I'll see you again soon.